Hello everyone, this is Michael. Today I'm talking about the one thing that I love about China, actually that I love about everywhere, and that's food. Because I'm a big fan of food. You can tell I like to eat. I like food from everywhere, like Turkish food, Greek food, Romanian food. Everywhere I go, I like to eat something as long as it has flavor. There's a few things that I would like depending on what the type of food is that I eat. So this week I went out and looked at a couple of places because I wanted to try out some Turkish food because I miss the food from home. And you're probably thinking, what, from Turkey? No. I miss some of the food from when I was living in the United Kingdom. There was a shop that sold Turkish food. So they would sell lahmacun, preferably the thing that I love so much, dolma. They would sell Turkish bread, meze. I could literally fill up my whole trolley with about 30 quid's worth of Turkish food and have enough food for me to eat and consume with my heart's joy for days. When I came to China, there wasn't Turkish food here. You'd have to go to certain places in order to dine on Turkish cuisine. So now that I moved to Shanghai, I basically decided to go and visit a couple of Turkish restaurants. The first one I went to was a place called Efes. They wanted a set menu. They wanted to charge me 600 RMB for 2 people for a set menu of food. I don't do set menus. You can't give me your food and sit there and go, well, you've got to pay this extremely expensive price for you to sit down and consume food that we set for you. That's not how I do things. So I said no and kindly went on my way. The other restaurant that I went to after that was a place called Pasha. I went there, they had a menu full of different Turkish foods that you could consume, and the price would vary from 50 RMB to 70 RMB depending on what you ordered. I ordered 2 plates of lahmacun and 1 plate of dolma. Now, the dolma didn't taste the way that it usually tastes because dolma has kind of a vinegary taste for the vine leaves because the vine leaves usually leave in kind of a vinegary kind of sauce to like sit for a bit. Then you wrap the leaves up with like your rice, your mince, your vegetables, whatever you want to have in that dolma, and then it's presented with some nice yogurt or some meze, like different kinds of sauces that you might want to try it with. This was literally just vine leaves. You had a little bit of rice and you had some meat and a little bit of potato in there as well, which was kind of weird. But it didn't have the flavor, the same salty kind of vinegary flavor that I was used to. The second thing, the lahmacun, had a bit of an issue with it because usually with lahmacun, it's kind of salty, but also kind of oily. You have like that little extra kind of flavoring that gives you exactly what you're looking for in terms of what you would like to eat. But this didn't have that. It was very weird in a sense because it was enjoyable, but it was missing that thing, that one thing that would usually make you and your taste buds go, oh my God, this is amazing. Not bad. So then after I tried some Chinese food, so I did that today. I went to a nice Chinese restaurant called Hefi Noodle, H-E-F-I Noodle. It's kind of a branch thing, so there's loads of them about in different parts of China, especially Shanghai. And I grabbed myself this amazing ramen bowl and added a little bit of extras, added some egg, added some like these little sausage stick things. And this had beef, chili, and a huge amount of sauce. Now, I love the sauce. The sauce was very salty. It had a lot of chili in it, but it had loads and loads of flavor. My taste buds were going insane. Yum. Try some noodles. And some egg soaked in soy sauce. Try that. Delicious. It was so good, down to the noodles themselves. I was literally just lapping this up and eating it as much as I could. And to me, this is probably one of the best restaurants, best ramen restaurants I've ever had. And I've been to ramen restaurants in New York, Las Vegas. I've been to ones in LA. I've also been to a few in London as well. And none of them have really tasted the way that this has. And again, it's homegrown Chinese food, no GMOs, the flavor, everything was cooked by hand, and it was just so good. I was very, very surprised. So if you're in China and you basically want to eat on a budget, the idea is to always order Chinese food. A lot of takes of restaurants, of Western restaurants here, though, your Popeye's Chicken, your Burger King, your Five Guys, they have all that stuff here. But the main restaurants you would want to hit are usually Chinese restaurants, because you could usually get more for less. If you're having barbecue or Chinese food, you would get like your money's worth very, very easily. And as a person, you could probably eat on a budget very, very well, in fact. It's kind of one of the reasons why I prefer China to being in the UK, because if you can live modestly, you can eat modestly. You don't have to spend a fortune to make sure that you eat and eat well. So make sure that if you do want to live in China, you can live on a very, very modest budget and have a very good salary. So anyway, this has been Michael Burhan saying bye-bye for now, and I shall see you very, very soon. Goodbye.